1981. Reagan takes office amid soaring Cold War tensions. His aggressive defense build-up strains the economy. Massive tax cuts widen the wealth gap, fueling urban unrest. Strikes and protests erupt in major industrial cities as factories shut down.
Just came in. We're looking at some very disturbing live footage here, and we got unconfirmed reports this morning that has joined us here in the studio. Sir, why didn't we see this attack coming?
1983. The Strategic Defense Initiative inflates the military budget to unprecedented levels, doubling the national debt. Inflation spikes, and social programs face deep cuts. Anti-government protests grow, especially in economically devastated regions. 1985. Iran scandal exposes covert government operations and corruption, shaking public faith in leadership. Nationwide riots break out in response to revelations. Several states begin defying federal mandates on social policy and taxation, citing state sovereignty.
The hospitals are undermanned and filled to capacity, and it's recommended that you bring any injured persons to either the Northwest Hospital or the Sacred Heart Medical.
1987. The Wall Street crash devastates the economy. Banks collapse. Unemployment soars past 18%. Urban centers descend into chaos with looting and violence. Congress deadlocks over emergency relief bills, worsening the crisis. 1988. Rising political extremism and militia movements seize on widespread dissatisfaction. Armed standoffs occur in multiple states. Key military commanders grow frustrated with political paralysis and loss of U.S. influence abroad.
Sir, why didn't we see this attack coming?
To remain calm and stay indoors, and keep a radio at hand for emergency broadcasts at
citizens building barricades and shooting anyone coming there. The scale of the attack is still unclear at this point, but we will get you more.
The coup collapses within days after fierce resistance from loyalist forces and civilian militias. Washington, D.C. is rocked by gun battles and chaos. The failed coup shatters the fragile legitimacy of the federal government, accelerating the collapse of national unity. Several states formally declare semi-autonomy, raising militias and ignoring federal commands.
Still unclear at this point, but we will get you more.
The national guard fractures along regional lines. Reagan, isolated and battling illness, struggles to maintain and set.
It is in this spirit that I address you today. The Cold War as we know it has come to an end. The Soviet Union has emerged, solidifying its grip on Eastern Europe and expanding its influence across the globe. The tide of history has turned against us, and we must face the reality that our long-held position as the world's superpower is no more. In the face of this sobering truth, I have made a decision that will forever alter the course of our nation's history. I have chosen to dissolve the United States of America. I understand the shock and disbelief that these words may elicit, but we must recognize that our beloved nation was built on the principles of freedom, liberty, and self-determination. And if we are no longer able to uphold these ideals, if we are unable to defend them against the rising tide of communism, then we must reevaluate our purpose as a nation. By dissolving the United States, we will create an opportunity for new beginnings. We will free ourselves from the burden of global responsibilities and the constant threat of nuclear annihilation. We will redefine our place in the world, focusing on rebuilding our economy, strengthening our communities, and rediscovering the core values that have made America great. This decision does not come without pain. It is a painful acknowledgement of our defeat, of the ideals we fought so valiantly for slipping from our grasp. But it is also an opportunity to heal, to regroup, and to ensure that the spirit of America lives on, even if it takes a different form. I call upon every citizen of this great nation to embrace this moment with courage and resilience. Let us not dwell on the past, but instead let us forge a new path forward. Together we can rebuild, we can reimagine, and we can reclaim the spirit that made America shine brightly throughout history. Though our nation may no longer be united as one, we can still preserve the values and principles that made us who we are. We can continue to champion freedom, liberty, and justice in our communities, in our states, and in the world at large. We can still be a beacon of hope for those who seek a better tomorrow. My fellow Americans, the road ahead will not be easy, but I have faith in the resilience of our people, in their ability to adapt and overcome. Let us remember the words of our founding fathers, who declared that in the face of adversity, we shall always remain one nation, indivisible. And though we may no longer be one nation, we can remain indivisible in our commitment to the values that define us. May God bless each and every one of you, and may God bless this newly redefined America. Thank you, and good night.